In this video, we are going to learn on how you can deploy a web server using Ansible Playbook. So let's get started. Let us have a quick recap of what we have done in the previous section. We started with installing the software using the Ansible package module. Then we copied our web page code using the Ansible copy module. And finally, we started the service using Ansible service module. So now all these three Ansible ad hoc commands that we have run in order to deploy our web server, how can we perform this in a better manner? So let's have a look. What we are going to do is all these three commands, we are going to combine into something called as play. Play is an ordered set of tasks which you will be running across towards your servers to achieve something, achieve a specific motive. So in here, our motive is to build a web server. For building a web server, I'm going to run three different tasks, and all those tasks combine to form a play. And how I deploy this? Using a playbook. So in playbook, we will have one play, or we could have multiple plays which will be executed in a specific order. And this playbook is written in YAML file, YAML format. So before we jump into writing the playbook, let's discuss some basics about YAML. YAML stands for YAML Ain't Markup Language. It is a data serialization language. It is human readable data structure, and which the application would be using to store the data, transfer the data, or read any kind of data. So let's try to understand what do I mean when I say store, transfer, or read the data. Let us say you have two applications which are trying to communicate with each other. And in here, what we are trying to show is we are trying to pass two specific values, wherein the topic is your key and Ansible is your value. So we have two keys, topic and subtopic. Subtopic is YAML. YAML is the value and subtopic is the key, which I want to transfer using YAML. So the way that we write this specific data in YAML syntax would be something like topic, colon, then space, space is mandatory, and then the specific value, Ansible. Similar, it goes for subtopic as well. Subtopic, colon, space, space is very important, then the value, YAML. Let's take another example. Let's say you have you are trying to transfer a data which has multiple set of values. So topic, it could be, it is like a list. So it could be Ansible, automation, DevOps. So in terms of YAML, how do we write this? We would have to write something like this. So topic has three different available values. So that will be represented using a dash icon or hyphen with the different values, Ansible, automation, and DevOps. Now, let's discuss some more basics of YAML. YAML is case sensitive. And in here, white space would help you define the structure, how you are writing the code. White space is very important. It helps you build up the structure of the complete code. The tab characters are not allowed. So you cannot use tab to give space in your code. Instead, you have to use tab. And it is a representation in terms of a key value pair. Key is the specific name or the attribute name, and then you have a specific value related to that attribute. And we use the hyphen character to indicate a list element. If we have multiple values of a specific key, then it will be represented using a hyphen. Two important rules that we need to follow when you are writing a YAML code would be that the data elements which are at the same level follow the same indentation. Whenever you are writing a YAML code, indentation or indentation is very, very important. The child and the child elements, so maybe within a specific key, there could be multiple different options. So the child elements are always indented more than their parents. So with this, now we have got a basic idea of YAML. So let's jump into writing our playbook. So in here, I have my control node. Let's have a look. This is my configuration file, and let us have a look inside our configuration file. I have inventory defined. Let us check the inventory. In inventory, I have this IP mentioned with the username and the password, and this is my remote server. I'll just reconfirm the IP address. Okay, this is the correct IP address. And let us see if I have HTTP installed here. It is not installed. Okay, so now, and I also do not have any file in my HTML directory. Okay, nothing is there. So now let's come back to our control node. In here, we are going to, we saw that inventory is defined, the configuration file is defined. Now let me start with doing a ping test using ping module. So I got the response. So network reachability is fine. Now let's start writing our YAML code. So in order to write this YAML code, I'm going to create a file named as web.yml. YAML file is, the file extension should be .yml, or sometimes you can also write it as .yaml. So let's start with this. Is it already there? Say. Oh, I think it is already there. Let me just remove this file. Let me create a new file. vi web.yml. Vi is the editor which I'm using to create a new file. Now in this file, I will be giving an input with all the different commands that we have been using so far. The 3 different commands for 3 different tasks. So let me just paste it here. Okay, now I have given the details of all these 3 different tasks that we need to run, but we need to run this as a playbook, and playbook follows YAML syntax, but this specific syntax is not YAML. So how do I convert this into YAML format? So first of all, writing Ansible in all the lines is not required. So I'll delete this. Then all is representing what? It is representing my inventory. So now in order to represent the inventory, the way that you are going to define the inventory in your playbook would be using specific keyword, which is host. So how you define this is, you define hosts, okay, hosts, and the host value is all the systems in my inventory file. Now all these, now let me delete this from here. Okay, so now all these three different lines are what? They are doing a specific tasks. Each line is doing a task. So the keyword to represent a task is task itself. The task will be having different values. So this is one value, this is second value, this is third value. Since task has three different value, which is like a list. So as we have seen, if some specific key has multiple values, we have to mention that value using hyphen or dash. So let me first add in here my tasks and give a colon. With colon, now I am going to mention all these three different options. So I don't have to mention in here -m, which is calling my module. But this has the values within task has to be represented by dash, and this dash has to be followed by a space. Okay, now I have defined all these different options. I've defined my host, I have defined my task, and now it is also a good practice to give it a specific name. So for example, in here, this is going to be one single play in order for me to implement a web server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a specific name. So now there can be multiple plays. So since there can be multiple plays, I'm going to define this as minus dash name, and then again colon. This is just a name, web deployment play. And now, since indentation is very, very important in terms of whenever you are writing a YAML file, so this name, under this name, all the different options has to come in. So with respect to this, I have to make sure the space, all the different inputs has to follow the same indentation. Now, within this task, I have these three values. So since all these three values are within task, I have to make sure this also follows the same indentation, because this is like a child. So it has to be within task, something like this. So now once you have written all this specific part, I will be saving this file, and then I'm going to run this YAML file. This is my playbook, cat. Now this will be acting as my playbook. And now in order to run this specific playbook, I'm going to use the command as Ansible playbook and then the name of the playbook. It looks like we have done some error. It is giving us an error as malformed block was encountered while loading a block. So let's have a look. Did we put an additional space somewhere? Let's check. VI. It is very, very important that you write the YAML file with the correct indentation and the space. If you have used anywhere anything wrong, then it will give you an error. Okay, yes. So we have, this should not be entered here since the package has a specific value. So for package, this is within the task, package is your key and which has this as an input. This is a value. So let me change this as well. Make sure after the colon we give a space. Let me save this. And let's run our playbook again. Now we can see the execution has started. It is running up the package. It failed. Did we do something wrong again? Let's have a look. Failed. Module status unsupported. I believe this specific error would be mainly because of I tried to do a copy. Let me try to rewrite this file. Okay. So let's delete this file from here. Then okay, now the file is no more existing. Let's go ahead and create a new YAML file. And in here, I'm going to give it a specific name colon web server deployment, then space host all space tasks colon enter, then space package space the name is HTTPD and state is present. Do note there is no comma after this. So you can give any number of spaces, but you just have to follow the same syntax for all your lines. 1, 2, 3. Then the second task, copy src index.html and destination where HTML. The third is service colon, then again name HTTPD state started. After writing this, let me just save this file and let's try to run our playbook again. It has started running in. Let's see. Okay, we got the first task completed. So I can see the result has changed. The second task is also completed. Copy. And the final task is service started. In here, you can see the changed is 3 tasks that we wanted got implemented. Now, if I go back to my web server and if I check for HTTPD, I can see HTTPD service is available now, and it is also in running state. And now if I go back and try to access this specific page, I can see the output. I've deployed this web server using Ansible Playbook. And this is the exact code that I had written on my code file. Let's go and check. Here I have index.html. I've deployed this web server using Ansible Playbook. So with this, we have successfully deployed our web server using Ansible Playbook. And what we got to know is it is very important in the way that you do indentation in your YAML file, so that even if there is one small error, it will throw up an error and you will not be able to successfully execute your task. So with this, we will wind up this specific session. I hope this has been informative to you, and thank you for watching.